We want to give you our top tips on how to lose weight when you have a busy lifestyle. Welcome to our podcast, Fuck the Diet Cycle, with myself, Lauren Knight, and Abbie Lodge. This is for you if you want to cut through the diet industry bullshit and finally end that cycle. Grab yourself a cuppa, get comfy, and let's dive straight in, shall we?
Now, I know that everybody listening to this is busy. Life is busy. We are in a lifestyle, a lifetime where there is a million and one things to do. If you are a parent, you have a brain a bit like an internet tab with 50,000 tabs open. And the thought of trying to lose weight, well, Jesus Christ, I'm too busy for that. But you're not. You are not too busy. There are some things that you can do to make your life 10 times easier that just take that little bit of effort in the beginning. And once you've got it nailed, you're on to a winner. The first one, and this is something that I struggled for so long to actually do. And it really annoys me now that I struggled for so long to. I mean, I do have gusto now, so it's not technically meal prep, but I still do have to select the meals, but whatever.
But you say that and you laugh. Gusto is part of your meal prep.
Yes.
Because you know that without gusto, you would go to takeaways.
Yes. But meal planning, meal prepping, meal planning. Pick a day, a less busy day, generally a Sunday for many people, and plan out your week. And I know, Lauren, you are an absolute queen at doing this. You plan everything, you plan your shopping list, and then when you get your shopping, you chop it all up and do all this fancy stuff with it. So it's ready, it's there. I mean, you like cooking, so that would be why you do that. But that is something, because your life is busy, that takes it out of you throughout the week when the kids are here, there, and everywhere with clubs and things like that. You're working, you haven't got that excuse. You've prepped it, you've planned it, you've got it in the bloody house, and you've chopped it. All you've got to do is throw it together and cook it. Take some time and do some meal prepping. And for some people, it can be quite overwhelming to do like a 7-day one. Just do it like 3 days at a time, but make sure you have the stuff there for it and you know what you're doing. But if you're doing 3 days at a time, don't get to the last day and then be like, oh, I've not prepped anything for tomorrow. You have to be kind of a bit ahead with it. So it is easier in the long run to do a bigger chunk of time.
Yeah, and it doesn't actually take that long.
No.
And what I did at the beginning was just a rotation of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So as I started introducing food back into my diet, I sat and created meals that I would just rotate for 3 weeks until I got more adventurous. And now I kind of pick a big pool of meals that we like, whatever. But I prefer pen and paper. I've got clients to sit there and plan it on things like Fitness Pal or NutriCheck. But whatever it is, make sure you're planning it. 1, it allows you to make sure that you're finding foods that satisfy you. 2, it ensures that you're staying within your calories or your remit. And 3, it stops you from falling back on those takeaways, because let's face it, if we're not prepared, it's a lot easier to grab a chippy, which you then sit there and think, oh, I wish I didn't do that, because when you have a chippy for the right reasons, you enjoy it. When you do it because you feel like you're not organized enough, you think, fuck's sake. So,
and you don't enjoy it.
No, you don't. So planning and prep, yes, I do like cooking, but you don't have to do as much as what I do. Like, the kids help me cook. James does some cooking during the week. Like, it's a family affair in the Knight household. But it literally takes me an hour tops, especially in the summer. If I cut up all of our fruit, I know that the kids are going to eat it. If I don't cut up the fruit, it goes moldy in the bottom of my fridge. So it's wasteful and it costs me money. But cutting up my salad, if my salad's cut up, I will have salad with every single dinner in that week, because it's done. Chuck it on my plate, whether it be a Kiev going on top, a kebab, like as in a chicken kebab that I've made, just to clarify, or a pasta dish, like whatever. I will have it with salad because it's all done. It looks inviting. and I don't have to overthink it. So just go and do your prep. And Abby's right, I do. I sit there and work out my meals. I then make a shopping list so that I don't get drawn in by the 3 for 2 or the other silly offers that are at the end of the aisle. And then I'll chop it up because it's just done for me.
And for me, I obviously do Gusto or HelloFresh. It just takes everything away from me because I can't cook. Still, at my grand old age, cannot cook, and I don't enjoy thinking about what I can't put foods together. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I just can't, and I can't present food either. So that is the way that I get around it. Is we have HelloFresh and Gusto, and what I love about that is there is no waste. You know, for some recipes, you might need 1 clove of garlic, but you've got a whole bloody thing of garlic. No, you don't need any of that. It's all done. Why are you laughing at me?
A whole thing. This just points out that you have no clue about cooking. A whole thing of garlic. And let's just face it, Ab, even when you do get told how to put food together, you still burn the shit out of it.
The thing is with me, even with a Gusto or a HelloFresh, doesn't matter how busy I am, when I do it, I like to skip steps because I think I know best and I don't know best.
No.
But anyway, yeah, do your meal prep, people. Just do your meal prep. The next one is hydration. Getting yourself hydrated as a busy person is so, so important because you're running here, there, and everywhere. And 9 times out of 10, when you want to go and grab a chocolate bar from the shop, the local corner shop that you're out with the kids or whatever, because you're absolutely starving, you're not starving. You are thirsty. You are dehydrated. And if you are getting in that water every single day, you are going to notice that you are not constantly snacking, thinking about food, wondering when your next meal is, because your body is getting everything that it needs and it is keeping things regular and moving to make that weight loss journey much easier and to get rid of those cravings, any headaches and things that you might get. When you're busy as well, you are naturally more susceptible to like headaches and things, but it gets rid of all those things. So drink your water, people.
And mindful eating. The amount of clients that I've had through the door that say to me, I don't know why I've gained weight. I eat healthy. I don't eat a lot. I'm so busy that I only get to eat at dinner time or I only get to eat at such and such time. And it's because they're eating mindlessly without even realizing it. And they're not doing it on purpose and they're not lying to me. They just don't realize. So if they are so busy that they've not ate throughout the day, yeah, they're cooking a healthy dinner. But what they're not registering is the couple of biscuits that they've ate whilst their dinner's cooking, or the amount of mouthfuls of the dinner as it's cooking that they've had before it gets to their plate. Also, what can happen is they're so busy that so they've starved their body all day, that when they then go to eat, they're not making the best of choices. So their body holds on to that and stores it as fat. So that's also not recommended, about leaving it so long and then go and have a meal. It's so important. I don't care how busy you are, eating and fueling your food, fueling your body is really important to keep you going. Like, you need to be mindful of what you're putting into your system. If you're that busy and you're not actually giving your body what it needs as a bare minimum, then you're not literally going to your optimum level. So let's think about that. Let's see what that looks like, because your energy levels will increase, which means you're going to get more work done. So that means if you're running your own business, for example, your profits are going to go up because you're getting more out of your business. If you're running a yard like Abbie, the amount of physical work that you do, I bet you find it so much easier now that you're fueling your body correctly.
God. And do you know what I also find easy? When my alarm goes off in the morning to get out of bed. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I am human, guys. Like, I'm not a robot. Some days I do think, fuck this, especially if it's raining. But even getting out of bed in the morning is so much easier because I feel my body correctly now and it gets what it needs and it sustains. I used to nap every single day. I mean, that says it all, really.
Yeah.
Don't now. Another thing to mention that is a bit of a funny one if you are a parent, but sleep is proven to help on your weight loss journey. I don't know about you, but if you've had a broken night's sleep, I mean, I do have many broken nights of sleep because Olivia still doesn't sleep, but I've worked on that now. If you have a broken night's sleep, what do you want the minute you actually wake up? You think you want food because your sugar levels and everything, you're so tired. So what you do is you then go for food. So prioritizing your sleep. And if you can't physically get in 8 hours or whatever the recommended thing is, having a bedtime routine that's going to allow you to switch off and decompress is also going to help you, because when you wake up and you're really exhausted, like I used to have it so that because Olivia didn't sleep till quite late, I would then go to bed even later just because I needed that time to myself to decompress. But it's really, really late. Then she would wake up like stupid o'clock and then constantly wake up, and then I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm not making any good choices because I'm not fit for nobody. So I now have like a bedtime routine where 9 times out of 10 she's in bed and I'm in bed at the same time. Yeah, okay, we go to bed at the same time, but it works for me so that I'm not absolutely exhausted in the morning, so I can make them better choices and be able to obviously maintain my weight. But it works the same when you're on a weight loss journey and you're trying to lose weight. Getting in that sleep so that you can make those better choices, and that's where your meal planning and prepping is going to come in as well. um being that future friend for you of, shit, I didn't really get that much good sleep last night, but it's okay because my day is already planned with what I'm going to be eating or whatever, and you don't really need to put much thought into that either.
Tracking your food intake, your progress, and celebrating your wins. As a
Yes.
busy person, we will use the excuse of, I'm too busy to do that. The downside of that is, whilst you are on your weight loss journey, you're not actually taking account of what you are eating. And this guesstimation, it just doesn't work. You need to get into that habit of making time to record what you're having. And if that's taking an extra 10 minutes a day, so be it, because in the long run, that's going to impact you so much. Like, I get people that step on the scales and go, oh, I was expecting more than that. And I'm like, can you tell me what you've had for the last week so I can go through it? I can help you out. And they're like, I'm like, well, we can't get to the bottom of what you've consumed this week. It might be that you're under eating, or it could be that you're overeating, or it might have nothing to do with your food consumption, but I can't get you to that point if you don't know what you've consumed. So I say it so much. You can literally have an app on your phone that scans barcodes or remembers recipes that you've created if you're making the same spaghetti bolognese once a week, or there's certain things that we do quite a lot that you can literally save it on there and you just input it. There are ways to make this easier, but saying that you don't have time, we've all got the same 24 hours in a day. It's how you prioritize that time that makes a difference. And if you want to see that weight loss, I'm sorry, this is part of it. So start tracking it. If a pen and piece of paper is the easiest way, fine. Taking photos, brilliant. Using an app on your phone, whatever it may be, find the thing for you and track it. Celebrate.
Get into a habit of it. Get into the habit. Exactly. It has to become a habit, a non-negotiable, because we are all guilty of thinking I roughly had this or I roughly had that. And before you know it, you're 10,000 calories deep and I only had 2 mouthfuls or whatever it is. And yeah, your wins, tracking your wins and celebrating your wins, no matter how small or insignificant you think they are not. They are progress, and you need to celebrate them, not with food, not with alcohol, with something for you, with something that makes you feel good, to help you progress along your journey and to keep you motivated and to keep you focused. And the last thing that I'm going to say, which goes hand in hand with being busy, is stress. Find a technique or a few techniques, tactical things, whatever, that you can do to manage your stress. One of the easiest, quickest, freest things is to get outside. Get outside in nature. Breathe in some fresh air. Look at the trees. Or just observe. I sound like a bit of a hippie now, but I'm not. Just observing nature in its like natural state. Like literally, the amount of times I can go down the field and just sit there and I focus on one thing, and then go to something else. It just taking everything in. It's a really good way, and it's free to manage your stress. You might like yoga, you might like to meditate, anything, but find something that's going to help you manage your stress.
And we actually did a podcast all about stress. So if you go and have a look at our titles, you'll see that we've got about stress eating and overcoming that. So go and listen to that if you haven't already, to help you with that. And the very, very last tip that we're going to give you today is planning ahead. If you are that busy, then make sure you are planning ahead. For example, if you are taking the kids out for the day, what is it that you need to do for yourself to make sure that you can have a successful day for your journey? If you've got a wedding coming up, what does that look like? Speak to us. Let us help you. Holiday coming up? No problem. Let's plan it. And I don't mean micromanage your entire life, but knowing what's coming up and not feeling overwhelmed by it or going, oh my God, I've got so much, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. So what's the first thing that disappears? It's your eating habits. So let's start getting into the routine of planning ahead, knowing what's going on, what do you need to have in place. It all makes a huge difference to taking away that overwhelm and ensuring that you can have a successful weight loss journey, even when you are super busy. Thank you for listening. If you loved it, don't forget to press that subscribe button and the little bell so that you never miss a future episode. We will be back here with a new one on Sunday at 7 a.m. We'll see you then.